the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is Ever Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, let's go to the screen here, let you know who's on the show. We got Millz Young with us, Alex Smart, Wayne Scott, Jay Briggs, and Shane Mickle. Here's how they're going to line up for this evening. All right, we got Smart, Mickle, Young, Briggs, Scott, and then I will close this out. Maybe a drop in here from Mitch. Mitch wanted to know if he can come in as a fill-in. We'll see. If you're watching the show, Mitch, you'll be welcome to just fill in if you like. I'll have you. I can see you on the screen if you do. All right. We've got baseball on the board tonight, a lot of afternoon action, about a handful of games tonight, 2 preseason football. Hey, we're going to throw a surprise with you today. And on Thursday, we have light cards, so we allow some of these peripheral sports in. Got a FIBA basketball game here from Wayne, as Team USA will be in action on Saturday. But there won't be a USA game. It'll be game very early tomorrow morning, so you guys want to tune in for this pick here. FIBA basketball. USA, I believe, plus or minus 125 favorites here to win the World Cup. There of basketball. Of course, they did win the Olympics in the most recent competition internationally, and they are favored here. And I believe U.S. here is going off here at minus 125. France and Canada, the 2 second choices at plus 900. And after that, it's long shots there. When you look at this group of 32 teams, interesting format as well in the FIBA World Cup. As the group stages will play 2, and then they'll fill a group of 3 teams. So 2 group stages before we get to the knockout stages. So interesting format here. When we got 32 teams, and that's how they're going to roll with it. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway. Just welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Prim. So bring in Alex in right now. Things ready to roll with Alex. Alex, what's happening?
Yeah, everything's good, Tony. We're going to attack some Major League Baseball again tonight before this weekend's college football openers. And tonight we've got a situation between the Twins and the Rangers that I'm looking at sort of favoring, not sort of. I think we have a strong wager here with an under wager. Right-hander Pablo Lopez, 9-6, 3.51 ERA, will start Thursday's game for the Twins, and he's expected to face Rangers left-hander Andrew Heaney, who's 9-6, 4.27 ERA. 2 stable pitchers so far this year. Lopez right now is on a tear. In his last 19 innings, he hasn't allowed a run. He's 4-0 with a 0.36 ERA in 4 August starts, having allowed just 19 hits on 1 run over 25 innings while striking out 27 and walking just 3. This guy is ripping it right now. On the flip side, we've got Heaney, who's 0-1 with 1-0, with a 2.22 ERA in 4 starts against the Twins. So he's had a history of doing very well against them. And he has a 4-0 record along with a 3.09 ERA over his last 7 starts. So good history, doing well right now. Same as Les, doing well right now. Expect them to go fairly strong and long here. Also, must be noted, Minnesota has really struggled against left-handed pitching this season, averaging just 3.3 runs per game of production. And on the flip side, with the Rangers' recent same losing streak, man, this team is suddenly struggling offensively. Regression to the mean here, absolutely 2.83 runs per game, along with a lowly 195 team batting average. And Texas is not looking like powerful Texas like they were earlier in the year. Just a couple of quick trends here. Minnesota, their last 31 games at home, when the total has been between 8 and 8.5 this season, we've seen a combined average of 6.7 runs per game going on the board. Also, Minnesota, 12-2 with a team slugging percentage of .450 or better on the season over the last 3 seasons. So, but we've only seen 7.6 runs go on the board in those games. So, once again, considering total analysis here, pitching, the overall offensive data trends, a lower score game looks to very much a high probability event. We're going to take the under.
There we go. Alex here says go under here, under with this Rangers and Twins team. And that's kind of been the issue here with these Twins, is getting some runs on the board. That wasn't the issue last year. They got their pitching right. But again, it's just been the hitting. Of course, this Texas team kind of up and down of late. They better get their act together if they, this is a competitive battle here for these playoff spots.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Texas has the stretch experience. We'll put it that way. To maybe they're choking. We'll find out. I hope they're not. I really like the way Texas looked this year. Their pitching was even decent. So, but we'll see. I mean, this is do or die here. Dog days are upon us, and should be interesting.
So be interesting there, right? We got Alex here on the Rangers Twins under 8.5. This one will have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Supreme. Putting up some college football numbers because college football is in the air. We're just a few days away from college football week 0 action, 7-game card. Of course, we do have a base handful of baseball, couple preseason games tonight. What do you have going on over at Pick Dog Premium?
Well, I've already had my best bet of the day go on the board. It was on the Dodgers. Right now, it looks good, but we'll knock on wood. Hope it finishes strong. Also, for Saturday, we've got 4 college football selections on board and 1 exhibition football game on board. Probably my last exhibition football game for the season before we roll into regular season action. But lots of football going forward, lots of baseball going forward, and it should be fun, guys. I mean, it always is fun. It's always more fun when you're making money too. So let's say it's going to be a money-making season.
That's right, money making season. Indeed, get on board with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs. Paid 1,577 units of private college football last year. So a great time to get on board with Alex. Get that long-term pass. Use that 1-month all sports pass. Get all of Alex's pre-and-plays for 30 days. Includes all college football, week 0, week 1, week 2 of college football. Remember, this 1-month pass takes you all the way to September 22nd. So lots of coverage there, as well as all this baseball, NFL week 1 and 2, as well as week 3 of this preseason. So lots of action with all these sports overlapping. So get on board with Alex's 1-month pass. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, a great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Well said, Tony. Take care. Have a great weekend.
You got Alex Smart here on the drive through. Guys, we'll continue on. Next up, Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick Dog Supreme. Got some baseball. We're going to cover the game here again, looking at the side in this one, bringing Shane ready to roll. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going today, Tony?
It's going great. A team near and dear to you. Features the Twins again and the Rangers. We see the line again, minus 15 cents here on the Twins. The total 8.5.
Yeah, Alex just kind of stole my thunder with the breakdown of both these teams, but I'll keep it pretty short here. But yeah, this comes down to Pablo Lopez. He's been dominant in August. He's only given up 1 total run in August, and the Twins have given him enough run support, and I think that's basically the concern here is can the Twins score 3 or 4 runs? Because if they do, they're going to score enough to win this game. I think that Pablo Lopez dominates again. I remember it was kind of funny after they signed him to his long-term extension, he really struggled. And Twins fans were starting to get frustrated that it was him, not Sonny Gray, who got the extension. But as the season has gone on, Sonny has struggled a little more, and Pablo Lopez has really looked like that ace of the rotation. I think he dominates here. I think that he gets enough run support, especially it seems the Twins, their offense struggles against terrible pitchers, but against these better pitchers, it seems when they can sometimes get to them. I think that they get to Heaney for a couple runs here, and I think they win this game. I think this is just too good of a price to not back Pablo Lopez.
All right, we got Shane here on the Twins, minus 121 here against the Rangers. We know there's success here of Lopez. Also, too, when you have the Twins around this price range, when they're even money to minus 150 at home, usually in that favorite role, they're 40-21. So they're winning 2/3 of the time in this role. And also, too, when the Twins this year face some pretty poor bullpens, and we're talking about an ERA of 4.20 or worse, they sit 31-9 at home. So there's some positive trends hitting the Twins side.
Yeah, definitely. And one more note, not that it really matters, but at the beginning of the season, it seemed like the Twin Target Field really wasn't a home field advantage. I expect close to a sellout here tonight. There's a country concert happening after the game here at Target Field. So they're definitely have the fan support. It should be a loud crowd, and this is I think that the Twins get it done. If you don't feel comfortable taking the whole game, I know we don't give out props on this show, but Twins first 5 also seems to make a ton of sense. You eliminate the bullpens that way.
That's right. Okay, so looking here also, that first 5 eliminate the Pens, but Twins here, minus 121 here against the Rangers. This one to have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for nice action. Of course, baseball on the board tonight with 2 preseason football. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, I actually really like these 2 preseason football games. I have both of those, and then 1 MLB play in a package for $39.99. But there's no better time to hop on long term We have our first week of college football, or week 0, I guess technically college football this week. First full week next week. NFL season's right around the corner. And then, of course, we still have the MLB, so there's plenty of time to make money. So hop on that, 30-day pass, even a year pass, and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs, a premium. Get on board with this long-term passes. Of course, remember the football now in action, your NFL, your college football. So 7-day pass will get you week 0, the remainder of the NFL preseason, as well as all the baseball. So really good value now. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. You can also have that second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, making it even a greater value there. All right, Shane, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you next week. But they can also follow you over on the site, over at Pick Dog Sports Chat Place in written form.
Yeah, definitely. We got UFC, soccer, and then all the major sports that we cover on Sports Chat, like Pick Dog. So make sure to check that out.
Yeah, now it's getting busy. So sports overlapping now, so it's getting busy out there. So follow Shane. A lot of guys do the videos, but also some of those guys who like to read the articles. You'll find Shane there, one of the written contributors. All right, Shane, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, sounds good. Have a good weekend, everyone.
You as well. Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, if you miss any picks, we will do a recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on. Let's welcome in. Millz has been very good to us with some nice UFC hits over the past couple of weeks. But tonight we're going over the baseball side. We'll bring Millz in right now. Ready to roll? Millz, what's happening? Try to get the wide angle there, Millz. He had great Wi-Fi until we went to the live to his camera here. Let's see if we can get Millz here as he's working to get that signal in here, and let's see, we may have to move forward here if we can't get Millz's connection. Let's see, you there, Millz?
All right, let me see now.
Now you're good.
There we go.
All right. We got Millz all set, ready for the season for the Jags, but we're going baseball tonight with these Reds that have been playing well of late. Reds on the road against the D-backs. Look at this line here. Diamondbacks minus 167. The total comes in at 9.
Yeah, man, both these teams is hot right now. The Reds are riding a 3-game win streak. The Diamondbacks are up in a 4-game win streak. All right, the Reds are coming off of a doubleheader game against the Anaheim Angels, so they got to travel. So I'm going to be looking at the under in this game. Brandon Williamson's going to be on the mound. His last couple of games aren't the best, but he only had 2 games to where he allowed more than 4 runs. That's kind of why his ERAs got inflated. One of the games, he only allowed 0 runs. The other 2 games, he only allowed 2. But out of his last 5, he has 2 games to where he allowed 1 for 5 and the other for 4. I think today the bats are going to be sluggish from the offense, from all the travel. And on the other side, Merrill Kelly, same thing on his side, man. He's been good as well. He hasn't allowed more runs, he hasn't allowed more than 3 runs in any of his last 5 starts. Merrill Kelly is a player that I usually play for his K-prop. It was at 6.5. That's too high for my liking. So I switched over to Brandon Williamson, and I took him over 4.5 Ks. Couple of games he went out there, he gave me 7 out of his last 5 games in here. This play is really just going off of the travel, going off of the Reds, being on a doubleheader. So I'm going to take the under in this one. The under is the best bet to get us those numbers.
All right, Millz here. D-backs, Reds to go under total here of 9 runs in the late night game here for tonight. There's one thing that's kind of standing really shining here for this Reds team has been the performance of their bullpen. And that's been one of the keys here because their bullpen over the past several years has just been atrocious. But this year, they seem to be getting it right, especially now over the past 10 games, just about 1.36 ERA.
Yeah, I mean, the Reds, they were the hottest team about 2 months ago, and then they cooled off a little bit after the All-Star break. Everybody started talking this Ellie De La Cruz stuff, and, it kind of goes to their head. They forget that Joey Votto's came back to the team as well. So I think they're kind of where they need to be. If they were getting talked about too much attention brought on them. Just lost my Bluetooth, but we still should be good.
Yeah, Kelly 13 and 3 to the under in their night games.
On this, I just really like
getting there some internet issues there. Oh, no, we got you back. Yeah, I was mentioning note here. Kelly's really trending under this year, 15-7 for the season. You get him under the lights, and it's actually at home this season, 10-1 to the under at home. So it's been some really high trending here with these with Kelly. You just need to get him. You just need to stretch him out a little deeper here. And of course, get the bullpen for the Reds have been performing well. Diamondbacks Reds under total here of 9. This one to have a start time here of late night game tonight at 9:40 Eastern time. All right, Mills, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pim. Putting up the college football numbers because, hey, college football is a couple days away. 786 units of profit for Mills. Fantastic results here. Baseball on the board tonight with a couple from preseason. We are heading into a UFC weekend, but you better get those picks early because they're not too accommodating to the U.S. audience as they used to, as the combat sports used to be back in the day. They would play these games on Sunday morning in the Orient to give us the prime time, but they're not doing it anymore. But anyway, great results here for the year in football. What do you have for last year in football, college football? What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got 2 plays to get you paid today. I got one in the MLB, then I got one in the NFL on the preseason game. We've been making money on the preseason, so I want to keep it rolling on that. Besides that, I got my UFC main event winner bet up there for you guys to get paid. The UFC card's kicking off at 2 a.m. in the morning Pacific time. So you guys definitely got to get your bets in Friday for this UFC card. But it's Thursday, so go ahead and get that 3-day pass. Looks like my Wi-Fi is getting laggy. But, I got 2 bets to get you paid, and best value is going to pass.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the great college football results, so get on board. Here we are on a Thursday. We always talk about that 3-day all sports pass covering plays here for Thursday, Friday. All the college football is on Saturday this week. And you see how Millz has been running college football. Get those UFC picks as well from Millz when you get that 3-day all sports pass, as well as Millz' baseball. So great time to get on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dodge. If he's in action preseason football, that's also covered. Remember, it's all sports pass with that 3-day pass. So get on board. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, making it even a greater value there. All right, Millz, is always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know we catch your video series with your video series up on the board, and also that UFC rundown you produce.
Yes, sir, man. Go ahead and check out the Pick Dogs right now. Player prop shopping, that's what we got out there for the day. I like Pablo Lopez over 6.5 Ks. I like Giovanni Barrios. I know I messed up his first name, but I like Barrios over 4.5 Ks. That's the video that you guys got on Pick Dogs. I just dropped the UFC rundown. It should be coming out in the next hour. I think they're just waiting on the thumbnail. So I went over all 13 fights. I gave you guys a parlay in there, gave you guys my best dog, and I gave you guys all the picks on the card. So you can't go wrong with that. Coming off of a successful night last night in PFL, smacked the board. Both our 2 premium plays hit. So yeah, it was a nice day. Nice underdog money too.
Nice way to roll there with the Millz, guys. So make sure you get signed up for Millz. You know those UFC plays have been great. You've got some great winners from Millz here last week with some UFC hits. Some big dogs have come in for Millz, guys. So make sure you get on board, get that 3-day pass. Use that promo code.
Guys, sugar.
That's right. Like that money.
Sugar Sean O'Malley, Yep.
Right,
come on, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it, indeed. Continue the right success, Millz, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody out there, man. You guys have a wonderful, blessed night, man.
You as well. Millz Young here on the Drive-Thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. Up next, Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jay in right now. Set to go here with some more baseball here on the board. I think we're ready to we'll bring Jay in here in just a second. Ready to roll with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
Everything's going great. Here we go tonight. Athletics on the road here facing the White Sox. White Sox making some changes to their front office. White Sox favorite here, -138. We see that total of 10.
Yeah, these White Sox got me yesterday as they ended the Mariners' winning streak, but I don't think they win back-to-back. I'm going to take the Oakland A's here on the road. I know the A's don't have very many wins on the road, and I understand that, but one of their best pitchers that they have is on the mound tonight, and Ken Waldichuk, and I can make the argument that he is the best starting pitcher in this game. I don't trust Mr. Schultz. I think that's how you say his last name.
Yeah.
Schultz, my bad. I don't really trust him on the mound. He hasn't really been sharp either. I can see the Oakland A's, who have been competitive recently. We saw them win 2 of 3 against the Kansas City Royals. I think they compete here. The White Sox have the 3rd worst record in Major League Baseball as well, so it's not like they're just having this successful season. I like Oakland here, getting them at plus money. I'm going to take a shot here as I think they continue to have a good little stretch of baseball.
Yeah, I can't argue that one at all here with that. I know athletics is always rough to look at athletics. It was only getting the plus side here. Wallachuk over his past 3 starts has allowed only 5 earned runs. So you're looking at. I know people are going to look at some of these, full season stats. I mean, we're kind of the porters. We've been at this for a while. You can't really look at these full season stats. These pitchers go up and down and they stay flat sometimes. But Wallachuk is starting to show some improvement here, as we mentioned. Probably another pitcher that has had a bit of success for Oakland has been Blackburn. Those are the 2 I trust. Some of the other, Medina at home will keep you in it, but again, the bullpen for the Oakland A's, you got to kind of hold your breath with. But they're facing a bullpen that's been atrocious with the Chicago here over their past 10 games. Boy, that bullpen here approaching an ERA near 8, and Schulten's at home allowing almost 2 base runners per inning.
Yep. I agree with everything you just said, and I'm gonna take a shot here with Oakland. I could see them competing here like they've competed here recently, and getting them at plus money against a team that is also struggling just as much as they are this season. I think it's a decent spot to take on.
Yeah, can't argue that one at all here. Athletics plus 125 against the White Sox. This one have a start time 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. We can see Jay having fantastic work over the last 38, 700. Actually, add that to 865. We're getting some grading here with the 24-hour records up here. 865 units of profit now updated here over at Pick Dogs Premium. Tonight, handful of games, 5 on the board for Major League Baseball. Those 2 from preseason football. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. Man, I have 2 major plays up on the board. We cashed earlier today with the Red Sox, but I still have 2 major plays on the board. I have my $19 play of the month in Major League Baseball. It's my favorite play this month. We've had a nice month betting baseball, and we're trying to keep it rolling forward. So you can scoop up that play tonight. My favorite play this month for $19, and I also have my NFL preseason best bet. I am currently 9-1 on that play or 8-1 on that play this year in the preseason. So I've only missed 1 play on the best bet. So we're trying to keep that rolling tonight. You can scoop both of those up, or you can hop on something long-term as the NFL regular season is right on the horizon. Still got a lot of baseball going on. And week 0, college football starting this weekend. So everything getting ready to start. Long-term package is the best way to go, or multi-capper passes, 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 4 for 1, however you want to do it over at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Got a board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dog. You see the great results over the past 30 days. It's now updated to 865 units of profit last 30 days. Why not get that 1-month pass with all these sports overlapping? The best value indeed. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Let everybody know we can catch your morning show. You're part of that morning team now over at Pick Dogs every day. You're also hosting the weekend show and, of course, that NFL preseason rundown video series as well.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the end here.
Yeah, man, pretty busy. But I cover every NFL preseason game on the board every day, so I dropped it this morning. I'm going to try to get it out tonight, man. I always say that, and I always drop it in the morning. But I'm going to try to get it out tonight for you guys. We got 3 games tomorrow, and then you can catch me in the morning with Christian Mitch as we go through every game on the card. A lot of fun on that show. Never know what's going to happen next, but always a lot of good picks and a lot of money to be made, and a lot of money we do make. So show up and support us there. And on the weekend, we got college football on the horizon, so can't wait to be talking to the guys about that.
Yeah, college football on the weekend, 7 games, guys. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. So when Jay's live, you're live with him. Get the plays in real time. Get the best numbers. We're going to be talking to Wayne here about FIBA basketball. Of course, we know you cover the NBA. I was going to throw this out at you because these games, the Team USA games are ESPN. The rest of them are ESPN Plus. No way for a video series there, but is this something you've looked at at all, or will be looking at here?
So I've just watched as a casual fan, is what I'll say. Now, this is kind of biased. I'm gonna be honest, but I love the value on Slovenia with Luka Doncic, man. I do. I got to see how much my guy plays. But you got to remember, he took this Slovenia team deep in the World Cup. The Olympics, he took them pretty deep in the World Cup, and I think they have a chance to be competitive here. I just love the odds. Nothing crazy. And but Germany, something to watch. Wayne's going to talk about them here in a second, but that's another team to watch right there. And then you can never count out like Spain. you know. But in my opinion, the -125 with the U.S. is probably the best place to be. And Anthony Edwards, he seems to sure have taken a step forward playing for Team USA.
Yeah, Spain at $12, and we see the second choices here with France plus 900, Canada plus 900, Slovenia plus 1600 there, Greece 2800. Brazil not the power they used to be. That's at 10,000 here.
What's Germany?
Germany right now is plus 2200.
Oh,
yeah. And then after that, it's a big drop there. But it's interesting to see World Cup of basketball. I like it. And it's interesting. Hopefully, the players, if they get the right roster, it can be interesting for the U.S. But again, they're prohibited favorites here, so something to keep an eye on. Remember, ESPN Plus televises all the games except Team USA games will be ESPN2, just so you guys keep an eye on it. So it will be on easily available to watch over on television. All right, Jay, keep up that great work, and we'll catch up with you again on tomorrow's show.
Yes, sir. Tony T. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Jay Briggs here on the Drive-Thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap here at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. We're talking FIBA basketball, and we got Wayne who came in with the FIBA pick, so we'll bring him in right now, catch him over at Pick Dodge Prim. We got a lot of action from the FIBA World Cup tomorrow and Saturday. Team USA in action Saturday, and we'll bring in Wayne in here in just a second because we're ready to roll with FIBA basketball. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
Everything's going great. Here we go. FIBA, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Japan and Germany here in a group stage game. Game 1. Of course, they play 3 in Group 1. Then they go to Group 2 with 3 teams. So it's a different format than we're used to seeing because usually after the group stages, we go right to the knockouts. Not here. There's a couple of group stages before we get to knockouts. But anyway, Japan and Germany going head-to-head. Germany, the favorites at -19. The total 171.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with the friendly action, which was like 6 or 7 games that each of these teams had to play. That Germany was ranked about 8th or 9th coming into that. They just released the new polls before all the official games start tomorrow, and they got Germany in the 3rd and 2nd in most of them, and I see why. They were 5-2 in the friendlies. They played some of these teams that they got ahead of them to win it all, like your Canadas, and they beat Canada. In the game that they lost, they played Canada twice. In the game that they lost to Canada, they only lost by 1. They smacked Greece up, 84-71, won by 13. They played China. They beat China 107-58, almost a 50-point win. And they basically almost beat USA. They got in a little foul trouble. USA came back late. But Germany has looked outstanding. They play well together. I'm going to name some of their players. Schroeder is their captain. You might not think highly of Schroeder, but he did a lot for the Lakers last year. He basically helped them get into the playoffs, some of the players like that. Franz and Mo Wagner, one of Jay's guys for Dallas. Maxi Kleber. One of our big men, Daniel Thesis. He's been playing great. He's a Pacers big man. On the other side, Japan, not good against the good teams. They fought a little bit against teams, lower countries like them. But going against a team like France, they lost by 18. Going against Slovenia with Luka, they lost 103-68. And going against New Zealand, which is one of these lower teams, they lost 94-75. I don't think there's no way they cover this 19 with how Germany's been playing. It's not just about the players; it's about the chemistry. You got to think this is closer to EuroLeague ball. This, which is a lot faster pace and a lot more pick and rolls. And they got a lot of EuroLeague players on this Germany team that play for like Jan Monyac and those leagues like that. They have those top players, and they've come in full-fledged with chemistry. And I think they continue to ball out like they did in the friendlies, and they don't slow up here. They come out and they whoop up on Japan early, man. I don't think Japan has a chance. I think they get drugged in this 19. I'll probably lay around 24. I'm definitely betting this game, and I'm loving Germany. You guys were talking about teams that win it all, and I have placed a $50 bet on Germany. I caught them at plus 2,500. I love that value with how good they're playing. I do think USA wins it, but if USA does not win it, Germany is the bet to make.
All right, we got Wayne here, Germany at plus minus 19, 19 and a half. Do your line shopping. You can find both numbers, by the way. I found 19 when we break off our line feed here. So there's a lot of different numbers here, guys. So go ahead and do your line shopping here. Yeah, one interesting note here. Canada was was the second choice at plus 400, but Jamal Murray will not be playing in this tournament. Also, Corey Joseph will not be playing in this one. So two key contributors off the floor. SGA is going to play here for Canada. They're at plus 900. Although Canada really has not done much in international play, but there are some big names there. But again, that big miss here with Murray not playing.
Yes, sir. They still have R.J. Barrett. There's a couple great players. They definitely have the names, but I just didn't see the chemistry there for them. They just look like a whole bunch of iso ball, and that's not going to do it in this EuroLeague style. It's a lot of passing, a lot of pick and rolls, and a lot of fast pace. So if they don't kind of change that style a lot, I think it's just the names that are hyping and giving them the value there. But yeah, man, I'm loving Germany here. Very good sneaker team here. Like I said, they're just used to this style of play. They have a lot of guys that played together outside of the NBA players that's on this team, and it showed how they've beaten some of these teams that are favored to win it in front of them.
Yeah, the tournament we played in Philippines, and Philippines a hotbed for basketball. I know they love their Lakers in the Philippines, and they do watch a lot of the NBA there in the Philippines. It's a popular sport there. They actually have their own professional league in Philippines, because I've watched you watch these games late at night on the old YouTube. You get those live streams, and oftentimes you'll find the Philippine league stream for free there on YouTube, and they are very, very smart they're very knowledgeable, I should say, about the sport, because they've been following it for years. And of course, they have their own professional league there in the Philippines. So I think U.S. will have some support over there, because because they love all the stars that they've seen over several decades of NBA basketball they've seen over there. Interesting to note here, the United States are in Group C. Of course, Jordan, New Zealand. The U.S. faces New Zealand, huge favorites there. But interesting here, who else is in this group? Wayne, you probably know this is Greece. Greece plus 900. Of course, we've got Giannis.
No Giannis, though. If Giannis was playing, I would like it. No Giannis. Some of these stars backed out with little injuries, so you definitely got to watch out, because some of the ones that were named to be playing after the friendlies, they were like, nah, I'm going to just back out and get ready for the NBA. But it's still a lot of talent that end up playing. I want to ask you a quick question, Tony. I know a lot of people were kind of down on this USA team. They came in the friendly, and they're 6-0, so they got a little more hype. But how you feel about this team? I don't know if you've seen some of the players on the team.
Yeah, I like it.
Their roster, though.
I like their roster because these are guys that want to be here, right? And I just think they're competitive players. You look at the overall makeup of the team, I'm pretty happy with it. I think what happens in the past, and we've seen the past international basketball where the stars just kind of opt out, and there's a negative cloud over the teams, And I remember when Iverson was the only star that represented Team USA several years ago. That's why he's had my lifelong respect with Iverson. When everybody opted out, this was probably going back a decade or a little bit more than a decade, when all those stars backed out, the only one who played was Iverson. And of course there was a lot of clouds over this because a lot of players didn't want to play. But I just think the attitude is so much different now with these players wanting to play for their country and given it they're all out there. And I think I got the USA. They're definitely they should be favored here. Of course, it's going to come down to that. The quarterfinal round will be a sweat. Obviously, the semis are going to be a sweat. No doubt about that. Those final two games, semis and in the finals. And here's the story about these knockout stages, right? Anything, especially now when you're dealing with professionals now, with all these professional leagues. You mentioned Euro basketball. A lot of these players, a lot of these teams they face here in the, let's just say the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, they're going to be loaded with possibly some NBA, but a whole lot of European League players on these rosters.
Yes, sir. That's going to give them a little bit of advantage with that style of play. But the U.S. roster is it's more EuroLeague than you think. Like you said, they're long and they like to run, man. You got Brandon Ingram, you got Bridges, you got a lot of guys that, like you said, a lot of youth, and they don't mind running. They don't mind playing that style of basketball. There's no LeBron James that somebody's going to kind of sit back on defense and run and try to block and chill in the corner. No, these guys like to attack the rim, and they like to set their screens and run. So I definitely I think they have a great chance to win
They
it all.
do.
To be
And
honest with you.
I will mention this: when we get into the deep rounds here of the knockout stages, quarterfinals, semis, and finals, you're going to find players that can make open threes. Pretty much these guys can make open threes. So there's going to have to be defense played here in the late stages.
Yes, sir. And I like our team defensively, really. That's why I think they got the good advantage, man, with Jaren Jackson. All these guys are long and all these guys are fast and athletic, and that's what you need to play defense. And they're playing pretty well together. Like you said, man, you can definitely tell that they all want to be there. Jalen Brunson was cooking, man. I mean, I give him his respect during the season, but the way he's playing right now, if he can continue to play like that next year, Knicks are going to be scary, man. He is balling, man. Halliburton coming off the bench, Reeves coming off the bench. These guys are playing well in that friendly matchup. I just hope they can continue what they've been doing now that it's real game time.
Talk about the coaching for the Team USA.
Oh, Steve Kerr, man, he's doing great. I know there's two more veterans with him. I cannot think off the top of the head, but Steve Kerr, man, he knows this style of play, man. He coaches the Warriors, so if anybody can make a run and gun team type style and play the small man ball, they got the right coach for it.
Yep, no doubt. Team USA staff here. It looks like it definitely will be. Kerr will be the head coach here for them, and of course on the basketball team here for the USA basketball, the assistant coaches here. Steve Kerr. We got Tyrone Lue, who is a defensive specialist, and Eric Spoelstra and Mark Few. There you go.
Spoelstra? Okay. I didn't even know about Spoelstra. That's dope. Yeah. That they should cook up, man. With that talent that they have, they should really game plan around these guys, and should be a little easier run than we've seen. But ain't nothing easy when it comes to basketball. Yeah. Like you said, when these other teams get to hitting that three, they're gonna have to play.
Yeah, again, like I said, this defense is going to have to come in the late stages because when you get the quarters, semis, and finals, all these guys can make open threes. Trust me. You watch enough of EuroLeague basketball to know that. NBA TV during the afternoons will show some EuroLeague teams. Sometimes you get those afternoon weekends where they play those games on the television so you can watch it. Also, there's a lot of these live streamings of these international basketball leagues around the world, late night, early morning. You get some of those streams. I remember Dwight Howard was playing on a team in China, right? There was some teams back out the Far East that he would play.
Yes, sir. He is getting that work there. Hopefully he gets a little contract, veteran. I doubt anybody pick him up, but he's been doing good. And DeMarcus Cousins, too. They both of them been looking like they can make a small comeback, but the way they're playing overseas.
Yeah, overseas. Guys, this is a tournament you want to follow. Again, ESPN Plus will televise every game except Team USA will be on the ESPN2. The rest of these games on ESPN Plus, so very easy to watch from the Philippines. There should be a good atmosphere in there because again, Philippine basketball is their sport. They love it, and they've been following the NBA for years and years, and they have their own professional league over in the Philippines. So it should be interesting. It should be an exciting tournament to watch and follow here. FIBA basketball. This is the World Cup. All right. Wayne, let's take it over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we have baseball as well as two from preseason football. A huge card from FIBA basketball tomorrow on Saturday as we get into the group stages. What do you have going on over at Pick.com Premium?
Tonight I have my play of the day. It is in NFL preseason, so if you want to hop on that bet with me, you can go over to the site and grab that. I lost with Houston, terrible. Got my butt blown out, so I'm looking to bounce back with this NFL preseason bet. As these guys have been saying, that 3-day, 7-day, and monthly package is the best way to go. Definitely with all the sports ramping up. We got basketball, football, college football, baseball still, and boxing this week. Big heavyweight matchup, Yusuke and Du Bois. So a lot of action, man. If you want to catch that action, go to pickdogs.com, click that premium tab, find me, and let's lock and load, baby.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Wayne Scott over at Pick.com. Great results in baseball, so get on board with Wayne. Of course, his plays for tonight. Of course, the long-term pass will serve you well. Remember that 1-month pass gets you off Wayne's premium plays for 30 days. All his baseball. Also covered there the first 3 weeks of college football, first 3 weeks from NFL. Then we conclude the preseason as well. Great time to get these long-term passes with all these sports starting to overlap. Finally, we're getting into the overlapping now, and that's where the time to get these long-term passes. All right, Wayne, as always, great having this show. Great segment here, getting everybody ready here for the FIBA World Cup. It begins tomorrow, and then, of course, we're into the group stages, games around the clock here from the Philippines. Again, ESPN Plus is the provider for all the games except the Team USA games on ESPN2. All right, Wayne, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on tomorrow's show. Or if you're available, I'll check back on next week. You got it.
Yeah. I possibly might try to get on tomorrow, but I'll definitely be here on the weekends. I just want to remind you guys, remember, Germany, the number is not as good right now. $50 will win me $1,250, man. If I'm waiting on USA, if they come out a little slow and stuff and I can get a better number, I'll probably go both ways. I do think they win it, but if they don't win it, I do think Germany's next in line. And as far as value-wise, they are the best team, and they're getting a little slayed right now. And based off our Canada and the ones that are in front of them at the +7, 900 match, I think you're getting a lot better value with them. And I think Tony said plus 2,200 now.
Yeah.
But I definitely caught that yesterday when I seen it at 25. Just sprinkled a little bit on it because they've been rolling, man. They're playing good together, and that's what it's about. That's what basketball is about. It's about more about chemistry.
That's right. And also, if you get to the finals, you can also hedge a little bit.
Exactly. Definitely the plan.
Get some profit. Take some profit home. All right, Wayne, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Appreciate you for having me, Tony T. Good luck on y'all best tonight, and y'all take care, Big Dog fam.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the Drive Thru. Always great to talk hoops, international hoops, as we know now. A lot different than it was 10, 20 years ago with these teams getting really good. And look at all these NBA and really good international stars in some of these other countries. So you're starting to look at the size of this tournament. 32 teams in the World Cup of basketball. I know there's going to be some blowouts early, but it only means it's going to get pretty good as we get into the knockout stages. Again, the quarters, semis, and finals should be very entertaining. And as I said, it's probably going to come down to the team that plays the best defense in those quarters, semis, and finals, because when you get there, everyone can make an open three. Everyone can make an open three when we get to that point of the tournament. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. It'll be time for my pick, so we'll go ahead and bring it up right now. And we're going to Major League Baseball here for top of the hour involving this Cubs and Pirates team. Now, I think we're going to get this one set to roll here. Let's go with it. Here, Cubs, Pirates going head-to-head, and my play in this one will be on the Cubs, Pirates go under total of 9. We see 8.5 now at the sharpest book in the world. Probably seeing some late money coming here on the under. We do there. There are though still a lot of 9s out there in the marketplace. They're actually split in the book, so make sure you do your shopping, get the best numbers there if you would. We know on the mound tonight is going to be Justin Steele. He's been pretty much had a pretty good season this year. Like every pitcher, they do have their ups and downs, no doubt about that. ERA 2.80, WHIP of just 1.17. Pittsburgh has really struggled against the division this year, hitting just 221, and they just seem to have the better. These teams know them. They just seem to have the better game plan against these Pirates hitter. Andre Jackson will be the opener, actually the primary pitcher going here for the Pirates. So we'll probably see a bullpen game in this spot, but we're going to go here with this Cubs and Pirates. They go under total here of 9 runs, and he did over 4 innings in his start. Did strike out 6 batters here in his last start, if I'm not mistaken. Let me bring up Jackson here. He will be the primary pitcher, so he did register some Ks last out. Let me make sure we can verify that. Here, looking at Jackson, he was once he had spent some time in the Dodger organization. Drafted in 2018, 2017, played his college ball in Utah, and in his last start against Minnesota, did have 6 strikeouts over 4 1/3 innings, 5 strikeouts in 3 innings against Cincinnati. So he can get those strikeouts, just got to keep those walks down. And that's what we're looking for here is the under 9 with the Cubs and the Pirates. All right, guys, check out Pick.stream for tonight. 3-pack up on the board. I have my best bet from baseball bundled in my 3-pack, so don't buy them both. Either just buy the best bet or buy the 3-pack, because my best bet is part of the 3-pack today. So get on board, or you can also get my long-term pass, my 3, 7, or 30-day sports pass. Get all my pre and plays for that time period you select. When you go over to my handicapper page and you make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. That will save you 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. I don't think Mitch today. Let's see. Nope, didn't get a response there from Mitch. All right, so we'll continue on here on the drive-through, unless I can see him in the camera. Let's see if I can see him in the camera. Nope, I don't see him in the camera today, so I guess Mitch not going to fill in today. So we'll conclude the show here in just a second here. Just one check of the screen here. Nope, don't have Mitch today. So, all right. So let's continue on here. Let's just keep an eye here on the scoreboards here. Nationals get the win here 6-5. Look at this, plus 190 underdog again. When there have been dogs at this price, they've been money, man. This has been one of the best bets in baseball. When you get the Nationals a road dog at plus 150 or greater, they've been hitting good. They do it again. 6-5, they get the victory here against the Yankees. Rockies and Rays, it was the Rays. This one, it can push the total or went over the total depending on where you got the number. 5-3, big favorites, Rays. Rays also get the money line as well. Astros pound the Astros 17-1 today, way over the total of 8.5. Dodgers are leading right now 8-3, bottom of the 8th. They did win the suspended game, so they're looking for taking 2 today. We're bottom 8th here, 2 outs as Guardians are at the plate right now. Dodgers looking to win both games, the suspended today and the one today would be they'd win 2 of 3 in this series. They get Boston tomorrow. Blue Jays and the Orioles, top of the first, no score. And this game this game will start in a rain delay. The start time has been pushed to 7:45. 7:45 is a new start time for this game. This game will begin in a rain delay between the Blue Jays and the Orioles. And, of course, we get at the top of the hour with the Cubs and Pirates. All right, that gets you all caught up. Let's get to the recap for today's show. Alex was on the Rangers Twins under 8.5. Shane likes the Twins, minus 121 against the Rangers. Mills said Diamondbacks Reds under 9. Jay was on the Athletics, plus 125 against the White Sox. Wayne, FIBA World Cup basketball, Germany laid the 19.5. Shop get the best numbers against Japan. I'll be on the Cubs Pirates under 9. The one I likes the most, let's go with Shane's pick here on the Twins. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have a big card for Major League Baseball. Have some more preseason football on the board. Some FIBA basketball. Maybe we'll see. We'll get a pick there. But anyway, guys, make sure you tune in. On tomorrow's show, Rod will be back. We'll get some CFL, some possibly WNBA, maybe some FIBA basketball. We'll see. Rod likes those peripheral sports, so tune in again tomorrow. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow. Don't forget about our live video series here. Morning show always gets you started 10:30 a.m. each time during the week. We got Mitch, we got Chris, we got Jay. Don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool Show is roundtable discussion with the professionals. Jay with his NFL preseason rundown. We got Chris with his Major League Baseball home run prop show. Ron Ramelli with a rundown from Major League Baseball. We also have the Nick Mencken, Nerfies, Mills with his prop video of the day. Also, UFC rundown from Mills. Brad Francis's parlay video. Mike Davis live show Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Of course, he also provides that first 5 innings picks and parlay videos as well here from him. And of course, more and more picks here from all the experts over at Pick Dog. So, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be live with us when you get the games in real time. Don't forget, we got college football coming up on Saturday, so be tuned. Tune into all the live shows here. That's going to do it for the show today. Shout out to the chat room. We just blow in here with his picks. D. Mills in there as well. Mick Block 97. Like your contributions. Chris Mead as well. MVB in there as well. Giordano, Nick Beats Vegas. Shout out there. Lando 86, as well as Mitch Morber in the chat room. And shout out to you folks as well. Social media as well. Josh Blower, Mo Harris, Panger, Lyle 97, Josh Lower in here as well. Shout out to everybody there in the chat. That's going to do it for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our